broadcast of these playoff games has been authorized by a special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
And we get ready for the region game tonight with Aberdeen Christian here at the Civic Arena. Coach Jeff Costers from Leola Frederick joining us here before the tip-off tonight. Coach, good to have you on.
Thanks.
Well, you've turned the corner up there, Leola Frederick, right? After, it's been a couple of rough years for you, but 9 wins coming in. Kind of reflect on the season a little bit. I have the feeling you think maybe, and I think you certainly have the players, that maybe 12 wins or so was in reach this year, right?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. I thought personally going into the season that was kind of a goal that we had, or at least that I had as a coach, that we could get to that 12-win threshold, certainly get to double digits. We've had some games that we've played that we certainly felt should have gone the other way that they did, but unfortunately they didn't, and we didn't finish some games like we should have. So, we are still young, predominantly sophomores with a couple of juniors, and we've been bitten by the injury bug and illness bug this year, and as of a lot of schools. So it's not like anyone's going to feel sorry for us, and certainly not Aberdeen Christian. But we've had a decent year compared to where we have the last few years, and hopefully we can continue to build on this year and have even bigger and better things moving forward next year and the year after.
Yeah, the future looks bright. No seniors. One, Elena Shell, I believe, right?
Yes.
But we're talking sophomores, juniors, even some freshmen coming up. But boy, you do have a core nucleus of players that have some size, have some skill. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. And we're, as young as we are, we've got some girls that have been playing varsity basketball for 3 years. Sophie Lozier and Laura Assumption, they started quite a few games as 8th graders 2 years ago for a variety of reasons. And Chloe Arneson got quite a bit of playing time. And, this year we've had some adversity. We're down some girls right now with injuries. Alex Hoffman broke her arm by the elbow. Olivia Morlock broke her ankle. Jocelyn Elwine had meniscus surgery on her knee here a couple weeks ago, and we brought up a couple of 8th graders that we never envisioned doing at the beginning of the year, just because of numbers, and they've improved a ton, and a couple of 8th graders are getting some significant minutes, off the bench. So we are where we are, and we're not, as healthy as we'd like to be, but some things you can control and some things you can't, and that just happens to be one of them.
First meeting early in the season at the Leola Frederick Leola gym. Boy, you gave Christian some fits. You remember that night? I don't know what the deal was. Were you playing that well? Were they playing that poorly? It was early. You know what I mean? It was kind of an ugly game, if I remember right, at least on their part.
Yep. No, I recall that. They were, in fairness to them, they were missing the Rohrbach girl.
Yeah.
She was out, I think, with a wrist injury or something like that. We obviously were healthy, and I thought Alex Hoffman did a marvelous job physically against the bigger Miller girl. I think we frustrated her and got in her head a little bit, and we were tied. We were down 23-21, if I remember right, going into the fourth quarter, and I think we had at least 6 possessions in the fourth quarter with a chance to take the lead, and came up empty on every one of them. we were tied with 3 minutes to play. We did a good job defensively. I think they only had one field goal in the fourth quarter, but 8 of the Miller girls' 19 came from the free throw line in the fourth quarter down the stretch. And, they hit shots when they had to, and quite frankly, we didn't. But, probably as a full entire game goes, that was probably the best game we played all year, albeit in a losing cause, but, against a opponent who on paper is much better than us. I thought we did a really nice job against them, considering, we struggle to match. Well, most girls' teams they play are going to struggle to match up with the Miller girl, who goes 6'4", and her sister is, you aren't going to find too many guards that bring the ball up the floor bigger than she is. But, no, we did have a nice night. That was our game plan. We were going to try to keep Miller out of the paint, which we did a good job of for the most part. And we don't have the same horses now as we did then, and they got the Rohrbach girl back. So it's definitely going to be an uphill climb for us, but we're going to give it everything we got and see where the chips fall.
Yeah, nothing to lose. Does the game plan from that December night stay the same tonight?
Yes and no. We don't feel like we have, anybody like Alex as far as the strength and tenaciousness she brings down there. And that's not a knock to any of our other girls, but we manned them quite a bit last time and played a little bit of zone. I think tonight we're probably going to come out in zone initially and play more zone, and I guess if they start, hurting us from the perimeter, we'll probably have to go man, but that's a concern as well because of their size, and it's kind of a chess match sometimes. I know the girls will be excited and up for it and looking forward to the challenge, and it's nice, mentally for them to go in to know, this isn't like any other normal year when you maybe have 2 or 3 or 4 seniors that you're saying goodbye to. I mean, this is just another step along the way, and the post-game speech, should we come out on the short end tonight, will be a lot easier to make than other years when you're saying goodbye to seniors. So we're excited for where we're at, but I think even more excited for where we hope that we can be in the future.
Exactly. Well said. All right, we wish you the best of luck tonight, and if we don't see you down the road, we'll see you next year in Leola or Frederick.
Appreciate that, Mr. Waltman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And earlier we talked to the head coach of the Aberdeen Christian Knights, Michael Rohrbach, and here is that clip. And we've made it through the regular season, and here we are tonight, playoffs starting, and Michael Rohrbach joins us as we get ready for Leola Frederick. Good to have you in again, Michael.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be here.
Well, let's rewind a little bit about the season. 17 wins, is that correct? 3 losses.
Yep, 17.
Did I don't know? Do you start with kind of a number and look at the schedule and say, we should be able to win 15, maybe 17, maybe 20? I'm sure you achieved your goal, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the schedule and you definitely are. You know that you have the possibilities there to have a really good record. Like I said before, you start with just taking everything the one game at a time as the year goes on, because it's a long season. It gets to be a little bit of a grind, and so you just gotta not overlook anybody and just take each opponent as it comes. And we knew Ron Clyde was going to be tough. We didn't know who we'd get, the Dakota Western pairing. We got Corson able to beat them, and then we had a couple bumps in the road that maybe we didn't quite see with a couple losses. But overall, you can't complain too much about being 17-2.
No, overall, very good. You lose to Arlington, lose to Harriet Selby, and of course Ron Colley. But a quality win. The biggest win of the year would be Corsica Stickney, would it not be?
Yeah, definitely. To beat them was just a fun one at the Classic, and I think they were ranked number 2 at the time. So that one definitely our best win of the season.
Well, now we are looking at what, Michael, for a state tournament appearance, 3 wins. Is that correct?
Yep, 3, and we're there.
3 wins, and so it's close. It's very, very close. It's within your reach. Leola Frederick tonight. It's a team, obviously, you should be heavily favored against, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But 3 wins, I would think, when you get to the SODAC 16, after you get through the region here. But let's look a little bit ahead. The seeding points have you at number 9 going into tonight. All the teams in State B. Not bad, but they'll reseed them, won't they? When you get that far, SODAC 16, that gets reseeded, right?
It does, and so we won't be higher than 9 though, unless one of those top 8 teams gets upset. So there always usually is a couple, so we'll see where we end up when it's all kind of shaken out here this weekend.
Yeah, let's assume we get there, and then you'd be maybe an 8-9 matchup, maybe a little better matchup. I think you're sitting in a really good position, but first we must get there. That is the key. Right. But you're really sitting pretty good. You're able to get in the top 10 in seed points. And then there's Roncalli, DeSmit, 1 and 2. Of course, Castigny team you beat, they're up there at number 4. And have you seen some of these teams play? A Castlewood, a White River, a Wall. Have you seen those teams play at all?
Yeah, White River played right before us at the Dakota Wesleyan Classic, so we were able to watch them. And obviously they were the team we played last year in the SODAC 16 and lost to. They lost a couple people, but we're pretty familiar with White River. And we've also started to watch some film on like Castlewood or some of those other teams just to be ready in case. You never want to get too far ahead, but we like to be prepared and for the time if you do get there and whatever team you may face.
Injury-wise, I know you had Joy with the thumb, and you got through that, and she's taping it, and is she still doing okay with that?
She is, yep. Adjusted quite well to it.
Anybody else that's banged up, a little bruised going in here for this playoff run?
Hannah was hip or something was bothering her a little bit yesterday in practice, so we'll see how she is tonight. Otherwise, we had actually quite a break. So we played Thursday at Roncalli, and we gave them Friday off, to get some rest before the playoff run. And then Monday, the snowstorm, we didn't have practice. Tuesday, school was off, and had practice. So the girls were able to get some nice rest, hopefully going into it, and hopefully we really won't have too much rust to knock off here in the playoffs. So.
Well, you're in the opposite bracket, obviously, of Roncalli. So, you don't have to go. What if you were a 3 seed? My goodness, you'd have to, or a 4 seed, pardon me. So it worked out. You don't have to meet Roncalli again. You'd like to meet him, but in the state tournament, right?
Right, yeah, you don't want to have to face them to get there. So we knew that obviously you had to be 2 or 3 if you wanted to come out of this region. So definitely, you want the chance to play Roncalli again, but not in the state.
Well, let me ask you, we talked a little bit about Roncalli a week or so ago. Rewind to that game a little bit. What happened? Were you disappointed that you got beat by 15 or 20 or whatever it was, or what did you see after that game? What was your mind analyzing?
Yeah, I think we thought we definitely took a little closer. Looking back, there's some things I would do differently, so I'm not too concerned. I feel a lot more confident if we played again. But they played well. I mean, between Fiedler and Bragg, I think they had 40 points with those two, and then the other girls were hitting shots, and so we knew that there's going to be a load to defend. But even defensively, they're so good, so they can get out and deny passing lanes. They can press, and they can turn you over. And the biggest thing is they just get you out of your offense, and they get you to take hurt shots, and shots that maybe you didn't want to take, or you wouldn't normally take. So that's just why they're the best in the league right now, and won A last year. So.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And how did the Mallory Miller's numbers I saw? It was not Mallory Miller-ish type numbers. What did they do to take her out of it, or did she just miss a bunch of shots? How did that work out?
Missed a few, but a lot of it was, we just didn't get her the ball in the spots that she normally does. And having someone like Bragg on you is a little tougher. You're not used to, somebody that can match up height to height a lot of times. And but not only that, but they would send a double as well. So it was just, they had a great game trying to take her away, and we just didn't get her the ball in the spots that she normally gets them in. And when you got someone that tall on you and a double team coming when you touch it, it's just tough to get going.
Well, let's get these 3 wins, and maybe we'll meet them again here in the state tournament. So we'll take care of business tonight. Leola Frederick, early in the season in Leola, they gave you some fits. I know it was very, very early. They're a team that has some players, so you never know. You got to come out and put this one away, don't you?
Definitely. Leola played us pretty good last time we played them. No,
Yep.
Joy was out. We didn't have a great game, but they props to them. They brought it and they were ready to go. And so you can't overlook anybody, especially when it comes to playoffs. You just got to bring it from the start. And so hopefully our energy is there to match it, because we know they're going to want it, and then hopefully we can survive and advance at this point.
Very good. Well, let's do that, and I'm going to try to find your brother here and strap a headset on him. How's that sound?
Hey, that sounds great.
All right. Good to see you. Good luck, Mike.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Rob.
The broadcast of these playoff games has been authorized by a special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
And good evening. Welcome to the Civic Arena. It is regional playoff time. Region 1B girls here tonight. Rob Waltman joined by Matt Rohrbach in the house. Our second go-around, Matt. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Aberdeen Christian tonight takes on the Leola Frederick Titans. A game, as we just discussed with your brother back in December, kind of ugly at that point for the Knights. It was an ugly night.
It was. They just didn't get to many spots that they wanted to. It's no secret the offense obviously runs through Mallory Miller, but she really wasn't getting many touches that night, and be interested to see how they take her away tonight.
Been playing well since, of course, coming off that loss to Ron Colley a week ago. 17 wins for your brother, 3 losses. They're the heavy favorite to roll through and get to the state tournament this year. And we'll see. It starts tonight against the Leola Frederick Titans.
Right. They had a great year. Nothing to hang their head about. Ron Colley's obviously the top dog in the not only the region but the state. So they just got to put that one away and get these next 3 wins if they can.
9-11, the Titans come in. Let's go to the starting lineups for Leola Frederick. They have some injuries. Alex Huffman out. She was a starter. They have Olivia Morlock with an ankle, Huffman with an arm, Elwine with a knee. So they'll start this way. Chloe Arneson, Morgan Sumption, Lacey Westfall, Sophia Loescher, and Laura Sumption. The head coach is Jeff Costers. 9 wins, 11 losses, a far cry from going like 0 for 40 over the past 2 years. So they're on their way up, and they have a bunch of younger sophomores and juniors to put this thing together. They'll be a team down the road
no
in
doubt.
the next year or two.
I had the privilege of talking to Costers when they played Potter County a week or 2 ago, and he said he was a little bummed, because he did have some girls out like you just mentioned. But, they're a young team, and a lot of these girls are getting some really valuable experience.
17-3 for the Knights. Here's how they'll start it. Joy Rohrbach is back after that injury early. I don't believe she played against the Titans in December, but she's battling that injured thumb. Been back for a while, playing well, and she's the glue to this team out front. Kaylee Block, Hannah Miller, and Mallory Miller, and Grace Kaiser, the other starters for a 17-3 club, and it's winner take all. You move on to the next round, which will be Saturday night, Matt, and that is going to be at a neutral site for the regional championships, upper-lower bracket, Saturday afternoon in Webster.
Yeah, headed to Webster for the first time, so that'll be a bit different territory, but it'll be fun.
Tip is up and won by the Knights. Joy Rohrbach has it. Welcome to our broadcast. Welcome into Talmadge and mini producer Brian and Matt Rohrbach here. We are up and rolling at the Civic Arena. Miller misses the first one, and the second effort by Grace Kaiser and a whistle, Matt.
Yeah, started out a little 1-1-3 there. I wonder if they're going to maybe try to trap the tops or something like that. Leola Frederick that being. But nice little set there from the Knights. They found Mallory, couldn't finish, but Grace is up on the free throw line.
So we start with free throws. Other side of the bracket, Roncalli is against, is it Wilmot or Langford?
You know what? I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch.
It's been such a weird week.
Yeah. With the weather,
Right.
everybody's days are
Right.
off kilter, right?
Knights are going to start in a little trap here, try to get this game rolling. They didn't start in this trap last time they played, so a little bit different.
And a timeout quickly on the courts after that pressure. The Titans want to talk about it. We'll be back in a moment. This is Aberdeen Christian Knight basketball from the arena, live streaming on hubcityradio.com. Back to the pressure after the timeout. Laura Assumption brings it down. Jab from behind by Kaiser. Picked right back up into Loescher. She'll have to have a big game here for the Titans. As Westfall goes in, tapped away, blocked by Block, and picked right back up by the Titans. 2-0 just underway here at the arena.
Yeah, you called it. Leola Frederick kind of likes to get inside. They're going to need to score some points in the paint, but I mean, if you look at this Knights team, that's kind of their strength. So it's going to be tough.
Going to be very tough. Good look at it inside there by Chloe Arneson with the left hand.
She's going to have some attempts, tonight. Whoever Mallory isn't guarding is going to have probably the most success in the block. So I'd look for them to get the ball to whoever Mallory isn't guarding.
That one through the hands of Miller, out of bounds to the Titans here in the early part of the ball game, and here's that press again.
Yeah, they showed it a little bit against Roncalli, but like we said, Roncalli's just got kind of a full squad, so it's see if they have success with it here tonight.
Loescher driving baseline, quickly doubled there. Spinning on a pivot, trying to get it over to Sumption, knocked away by Rohrbach, out of bounds to the Titans underneath.
Good start defensively for the Knights. Everybody seems to be kind of bought in and focused right now.
So here's the inbounds. Sumption driving to 13, cut off. Loescher doesn't shoot a lot of threes. That'll be short. And the rebound underneath, picked up and put back up reverse-wise. And that is Loescher on her miss. Foul. I didn't see her crash in there, Matt.
Yeah, she kind of came from the backside there. Wasn't really blocked out. I'm not sure whose girl that was. But that's something the Knights are going to want to clean up here. Don't want to give up any extra possessions.
Foul inside on the Knights. And the Titans have it again. This time, Hannah Miller with the steal. Joy Rohrbach leading the way. Mallory underneath, running to the hoop, spinning underneath, easy bucket, 4-0.
Nice job with Hannah there, really starting that break. She found Joy in the outlet pass, and Knights get their second bucket of the night. First bucket, actually.
First bucket, 2 free throws, yeah.
That's right.
Yep. This one kicked out of bounds, Titan basketball. Hard to believe we're at this point of the season. The guys are going to finish up the regular season tomorrow, and then the playoffs start next week. My goodness.
It's wild, isn't it? I mean, every year you're waiting for basketball season, and then boom, it's here.
It's here, and it's gone. Yeah. Arneson misses that three. Now, she's very capable of shooting the three, Chloe Arneson, for the Titans 5'9" sophomore.
She's kind of getting the matchup right now. She had Mallory on her there, and Mallory's not going to come up to the three-point line too high because she's kind of that paint protector, so she's going to have to hit that shot tonight.
Can be Jekyll and Hyde. She can be hot or miss, and Sumption the same deal. That one way off, picked up by Mallory. And here comes Joy Rohrbach weaving and dodging through traffic.
Knight's really running here. Nice cut.
Into Hannah. Lost it on the bounce.
Had her again still.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
6-0, Mallory.
That Miller to Miller connection right there, just taller than everybody on the floor.
Her numbers are 20-plus and what? 8, 9, 10, 11 rebounds, right?
I can't say for sure what she's averaging, but I thought it was really, really close to a double-double.
I think it is a double-double. Timeout again by the Titans. We'll pause. 30 seconds on hubcityradio.com. Quick 6-0 start here for the Christian Knights as we live stream. And the Titans going to have some problems here tonight, no doubt. Here's a turnover and easily block, or Miller underneath. Hannah is in the books. And all of a sudden, the panic button is not far away, Matt.
Yeah, Hannah's length really gives problems there, and Grace is doing a really good job at the top right now, just rotating, and it's a tough press to break. Size and quickness.
Assumption blocked by Mallory underneath. Weak side rebound, Loescher. She's fouled going to the rim. So at least a chance to sink something from the line here on an 8-0 start.
I believe that's her third offensive rebound, so Knights are going to want to clean that one up. That's more than likely when you're going to get a foul call is on that second or third shot.
Loescher gets the first points in the books for the Leola Frederick Titans. One of two offensively, nearly a rebound by Sumption, taken away by Mallory Miller. Ahead to Hannah Miller. She lost it off her foot out of bounds. Back to the Titans. So on the other bracket tonight going on right now, we have Warner and Northwestern, the 3-6 matchup. Top side of the bracket, Britton Hecla and Wabash Summit playing. And, of course, there's Roncalli there. The opposite bracket here of the Christian Knights.
I'd be interested to see that Northwestern or Warner one. Warner, obviously, the heavy favorite. But, I mean, Northwestern played Christian really tough a few weeks ago, and they can shoot some threes. You know, and postseason basketball is a little bit different.
Yeah,
you hit a couple threes, get a little confidence.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Titans turn it over again. And the Knights, an 8-1 lead midway through the first here at the Civic Arena.
Chloe Bosma checks in for the first time. Nice pass.
Nice touch pass. Hannah to Mallory.
Very tough set there for the Titans to battle. It's just, you know, that connection's just going to be there all night long.
Joy with the steal, picks it up, throws to Mallory. Ahead to Hannah. Oh, my. Yeah. Earlier, that was what you call easy money in the lane, and this would have been more easy money, huh? Long pass.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, at least it was out of bounds and not like a turnover the other way. So not a bad turnover by any means.
Oh, here we come again. Another steal. Hannah to Mallory to Joy. Knocked away by Laura. Assumption stays with the Knights. So the Titans have had their ups and downs this year. Still trying to, figure it out.
Right. I mean, when you're down 2 starters, I believe it was, that's not easy. I mean, everybody sympathizes with that. It's not easy to do, especially at the B level.
I think they thought there's some games that slipped away as Miller goes inside. They come in with 9 wins, and I think early on, looking at this team, I wouldn't have been shocked they would have won 12 or 13.
Well, I mean, you look at the Powder County game last week. I actually had the privilege of reffing that one. I mean, they were up 10 at halftime. And then you go back, I think even a few weeks before that, they played Ipswich, and they had a lead at halftime. So, I mean, those are 2 wins right there that get you over 500. And like you said, 11, 12 wins or so, they could have easily been there.
Easily, and I think next year they're probably going to set their bar a little higher and
I agree.
Go 12, 13, 14, 15 maybe.
Absolutely. I mean, Roncalli, Christian are not going to be as heavy favorites next year. And
traveling on the press by Arneson. A couple of free throws made by Miller. It is 12-1, Matt, here in the arena.
I think that was a good call by Coach Rohrbach going into a press. It kind of settles your girls in and settles the nerves a little bit because, like you said, postseason basketball is just a little bit different. Still got to compete, whether you're better on paper or not.
Ball in the post and out of bounds. Second turnover on a bad pass here by Aberdeen Christian, so back to the Titans.
Kind of surprised Hannah didn't shoot that one there. She's more than capable of scoring the lane there, just maybe a little bit unselfish there, trying to make the extra pass.
So the Titans have had problems here, and they bring it across safely this time. Loescher trying to get a half-court set now.
I mean, that's a tough press to break. There's a lot of length and quickness on that Knight squad.
There's Arneson firing for 3-0. Rohrbach the rebound.
They're running again.
Numbers to Miller. Bad pass out of bounds. Another one. Turnover, but they have a nice cushion here early.
They do. Missed a couple opportunities there, but like you said, 12-1. Getting the nerves out early.
Your sister is pumping some air in her tire. Almost the steal, but it
goodness.
is into the hands of Miller underneath, wide open. Kaiser with a bucket.
Boy, Mallory came out of nowhere there.
Yep. 14-1, 5 minutes into the ball game.
Well, the two girls that Frederick lost were guards, so that definitely contributes to not being able to break this press as easy.
Very difficult. Assumption brings it across. Assumption to Assumption connection there. Sophia posting now comes above the circle. Laura trying to put on moves on Bosma. Shot clock at 10. And there's Joy jabbing it away and stealing it, coming the other way. Right side Kaiser. 3 for Miller, short. Rebounded by Morgan Assumption. A whistle and a reach-in.
Knights aren't messing around. They're getting up the floor quick this game.
And Joy's back at her shoe, servicing the shoe again.
I actually think that's the third time.
What's going on?
I don't know. My Coach Rohrbach's calling a timeout. He's sick of watching her tie her shoe.
Get her a new pair. We'll pause here on HubCityRadio.com. We're late first quarter, 14-1. Aberdeen Christian, the heavy favorite, on top here tonight. Rob Waltman and Matt Rohrbach, courtside at the arena. Looking for a bucket are the Titans. They have one free throw. Reminds me of the Ipswich North Central game I did yesterday. Tigers were in that type of water early. Took them a while. North Central beating Ipswich yesterday in the Tiger Den.
Really?
Yes. Shot clock rolling.
Ipswich is pretty young themselves.
Very young. Yeah, they're similar youth to the Titans here. Here's Mueller baseline, turning and shooting over Miller, and Miller has the rebound. Mueller chasing the 8th grader, throwing it ahead. Nice break again, but no shots.
Yeah, Hannah's got to shoot that, I think.
One too many passes, right?
Is it Katie from Ipswich? That's their primary. That left.
Caitlin Bierman.
Bierman. Okay.
Yeah.
She's a nice player.
She's a nice player, and she really struggled yesterday.
Oh, did she? That would probably be why maybe they lost.
I think she had 3 points. Normally when she scores, they're fine against an opponent like that.
Well, I reffed a game where they played Leola Frederick, and I think she had like 22 or something like that.
Yeah, she can put it in the hole.
Yeah, and she's a lefty. Malik Weaker. Lefties are tough to guard.
Yeah. And she'll be back. I believe she's a junior.
Okay.
And Ipswich, a lot like this Titan club, very young.
Yeah.
Everybody coming back. So here's Miller, blocked by Laura Assumption on the baseline, but the foul.
I think that's really a plus of this Christian team is every single player got that experience trying to get to state last year. That White River big game and beating Wabe and beating, I believe it was Britton Hecla. Just little games like that, hopefully to get them over the edge and get to the state tournament this year.
Well, this is the year. This is the opportunity after going through. Oh, boy, growing pains, a lot of growing pains, right? This is it now.
Growing pains is right.
It's time now that at this point to get it done.
4 seniors, I believe it is. The time is now.
Yep. The window has arrived. 15-1, and they're in good shape right now. Up off the bench, jump shot missed by Aiken, new to the ball game. Here come the Knights trying to run, but taken away by the Titans' Sophia Loescher, and still looking for a bucket, Matt, here with a minute to go in the first quarter. Chloe Anderson tries her third outside shot. I told you she could shoot.
Yeah. She's really been trying to get aggressive, and if she's going to step into that shot almost all night, hopefully she can get a couple more to go.
She is a sophomore. First field goal. And here are the Knights in the half court. We haven't seen them really set it up here tonight.
We haven't. About the first time here. Looking like, got a good look.
Miller. Well, that was easy.
She's got such nice touch from wherever she's at. Elbow, short corner. She just has great touch.
Very much so.
Well, I believe, you probably didn't get to see it, but versus the Corsica Stickney game when they won, she had 4 elbow jumpers. She didn't even get to the block because they wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
She had 4 elbow jumpers in like the first quarter and just nothing but net on all
Soft
4
touch.
of them. Yep.
17-4, and a steal at midcourt and a reach-in on the Titans. 16.7 to go, and Miller already has 7 first-quarter points on her way to well above average. So the foul is the second on Westfall, and the Knights can play it for 1 here with the commanding lead. Mallory, there's that jumper you're talking about, spins out this one. Rebounded with 6 seconds to go. Aiken at midcourt is in trouble with 3 seconds to go. They will not get a shot away. That's the end of 1 quarter. We go to the second here at the arena, live streaming on HubCityRadio.com. A 17-4 Aberdeen Christian Knight lead.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in South Dakota for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Quarter number 2 to start here. Knights all over the Titans in that first. 17-4 is our score.
I think the best part is the Knights are being able to kind of shuffle her early. You got getting Chloe Holt in the ball game, Chloe Bosma in the ball game. Keep some of these fresh legs for Saturday.
Assumption fires at 3, but traveled before she got it away. And Lozier had the right attitude, the right move, stepping through inside of Miller. Left it short with the left hand, so it'll be Knight basketball.
Good looking jumper there. Just got a little happy with the feet. I think they're in a 3-2 zone here.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit surprised to see that, but Mallard's going to get plenty of attention here. Yep.
There's the lob back door, backside reverse layup. Wow, almost put it in. And the backside rebound, Kaiser kicks it out to block, and she'll fire. That'll be short, no good, and the rebound, Lozier.
If Miller would have made that one, that would have been ridiculous.
That would have been.
There's nothing you could do about that one.
No. 17-4 as we start the second quarter. There's Arneson. She has a 3, the lone field goal in the ball game for the Titans.
I expect that she's going to get a few more up here in this half.
Assumption firing. That'll be long. Backside picked up by Arneson. She stays inbound. Nope, she stepped out.
3-pointers are the best looks that the Titans can get right now, so I would expect that they're going to
bomb away.
Yep, bomb away.
You go down in flames or you get hot, right?
Well, this is a fun place to shoot, so you never know. They might hit a few in a row.
6:55 left here in the first half, setting up the zone again. They throw it into Mallory, cutting through. Nice cut. Is Hannah missed it strong off the glass, picked up by Assumption. Ahead to Arneson.
Hannah's got a great floater. I think she might have been better off just kind of putting that one up instead of trying to kind of get to her right hand.
See if they'll get a 3 here for the Titans. Lozier wanting to attack, and a reach-in foul on Kaiser. So Lozier is active player, and she is also a sophomore.
She's their most consistent scorer, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. She's got a tough matchup tonight. You know, she's got a lot of people.
And she's 5'10", battling inside with,
right,
you know.
exactly. It's just not a great matchup.
No, but normal teams, 5'10", she's got an advantage.
Yep.
But 6'4", no, who has that advantage?
Right. She had a huge game against Ipswich when I watched. They had a great game against Potter County last Monday.
Her jump shot no good. Mallory rips out the rebound. Ahead to Joy. 3-on-2 coming the other way. Down underneath Kaiser. Into a double, in trouble. Up to Mallory. She'll come down the lane.
Nice floater.
Little floater. Straight away, no good. And the rebound by Sumption.
Knight's a little cold here, but 17 points. I would assume they're going to, 17's right around that average for a game like this, I would say.
Arneson's 3 no good, and here goes Joy streaking to the basket. Missed it off the window hard and picked right back up by the Titans, but nobody could chase her down. 5:36 to go in the first half. Region 1B girls basketball.
Slow start to the quarter for both teams here.
Yeah.
Knights haven't scored since Mallory Miller hit that little touch shot on the
that was first quarter. Nobody's scored here in the quarter. And we're 3 minutes deep. Assumption trying to drive inside, spinning, and Mallory or Hannah swats it away out of bounds cleanly. So Chloe Bosma coming in for the Knights. And let me see here. Caitlin Mueller coming in along with Aiken for the Titans. Assumption wants another 3. No. Loescher the rebound. She'll put it up off the glass. Just won't fall, and the rebound picked up by the newcomer Bosma. Here comes Joy. And again, another long pass, Matt.
Yeah, Knights are a little out of sync here to start this quarter. I think they want to play fast, but some of their decision making right now is just a little bit off. Without this press, I'm not sure they would have scored as much. The press kind of a few layups like we might have right here.
Aiken loses it. Joy Rohrbach with steal and a reach-in foul. Is it on the Titans? I believe so.
I believe so, yep. Well, you just said Chloe Bosma checked into the ball game. Boy, she, I know Ron Colley won by 20 points or so, but she did a great job on Bragg in the second half.
Block fires baseline right corner, no good, and then the rebound by Mueller, and it's nearly picked off by the Knights. The Titans retain, but then give it right back, and with it is Hannah Miller. She'll drive baseline, stop, feed a cutter down inside Kaiser. She loses it in a triple team. Volleyball around, picked up by the Titans again. And finally, oh my goodness,
we got a game of hot potatoes going on here.
Fast midcourt, my goodness.
Oh man,
here comes Mallory Miller. What's going on here, Matthew?
The Knights keep turning it over on that side of the free throw line. The Titans keep turning it over.
We just play half court.
And
we're going to kick out of this, aren't we? Oh. Well, the Knights have it underneath. We do know that now. Joey Rohrbach can trigger it in.
They need a bucket here.
It's a ping pong ball. It's like a. Here's a 3 by Rohrbach.
Hopefully that'll cool down the nerves here a little bit.
You remind me of an 80s pinball machine. The ball, you know what I'm saying?
That's a great analogy.
Rohrbach hits the 3, and suddenly it's 20-4. That's our first bucket here in the second quarter. Mueller throws it around the horn. There she is, Arneson for 3, wide left, missed everything, and a jump ball now. So, possession arrow to the Knights. 3:48 left in the first. When we get time, we can gander a little bit about the boys and what we see on that side of the fence.
So many scenarios.
Exciting time of year.
It is. March Madness.
Yep. Hannah Miller, one-handed runner. 6 points for Hannah. The bulk of the points from the Millers. And a 22-4 lead. Assumption has the shot from 17, steps into it, misses. And Joy Rohrbach on the ground, picking up the rebound, sending it off to block, getting it right back. She'll come the other way quickly, dribbling with the right hand, chased by Mueller. 3:13 to go in the second. And another rare offensive set here for the Knights that we've seen. Rohrbach's going to try the left corner, hitting one from the right corner a moment ago, and we have a whistle. I believe, did it hit the shot clock? I guess he says it did. It went out of bounds. I didn't see it.
It's tough to tell from this angle. I'm guessing usually as a referee you kind of hear for the sound.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing he heard the sound.
They call that out of bounds over to the Titans. 3 minutes to go in the half.
This could be a big end of the half here for both teams. You know, if you're the Titans, can you get it closer to that 10 mark? Or if you're the Knights, like, can you get it to that 30 mark and just kind of put this one away?
Losher spinning, working, twisting underneath. Shoots with the left hand, and Miller's there for the rebound. Didn't even jump. And she has Joy back to Mallory. Mallory in traffic gets a chance at 3.
Boy, that's tough. How many post players, you know, big girls, how many can run the floor like that?
And very smooth. Makes it look easy.
Yeah,
no?
You know, just take the contact and finish and one.
11 looking for 12 points of the 24. Free throw short. Rebound, Hannah Miller, and the putback.
Good to see Hannah be aggressive here early. She's had a nice game so far.
Nope, high bounce. Turnover. Out of bounds, lost by Sumption right in front of the Knight bench. So with 2:24 to go in the second, it's all Aberdeen Christian. It's turning out as you would expect on paper. 26-4. Wasn't the case back in December. We talked about that earlier, but it was so early in the season, and the Knights looked out of sync a little bit, lost through the hands of Miller there. And Mallory, I believe, Hannah was frustrated that night, if I remember right, a little bit in that ball game.
Yeah, it was a really weird ball game, but one thing I really remember is that the Knights did not press like this early.
No.
So, I mean, credit to them for making that adjustment because it's really paid off so far. I'd like to see how many turnovers they've had already.
Yeah. 7 or 8 at least.
Arneson
So. Casting from the corner hits the top and out of bounds again. So you picking up any refereeing duties? Seen you a few times over at Ipswich.
Yeah, it's all over now just because the region's starting.
Nope.
Yep.
Time out on the court. We got a break again. 26-4 as we pause here on Hub City Radio.
I can't believe we have to make.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in South Dakota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? South Dakota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
26-4 Aberdeen Christian. Rob and Matt at the arena. Here late second quarter. And again, we haven't seen a lot of half-court sets here by the Knights. This may be the third or fourth one. And the longest set, really, Matt, they work it into Miller. Oh, nice pass to block. And easy bucket.
You're happy with that set if you're Michael or Coach Rohrbach there. No doubt about that.
So 28-4. Losher taking it all the way. It
down.
Rings out, won't go, and we have a player down at midcourt right. Is that block?
Yeah.
And she's not moving at all.
That's not good.
So they are going to attend to her.
Couldn't tell if it was her ankle or her knee.
I missed it all. Not what you want to see if you're a Knight fan. She's holding her left ankle-ish. Ankle or knee, I'm not sure.
No, especially with being this part of the year,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a time to go down.
Not a time at all. You got a game of Saturday.
Right.
A big game on Saturday. She's holding the left ankle, Matt. That's what it looks like.
Hopefully she just twisted it a little bit awkwardly and nothing too major.
Well, the trainer is over there, and Coach Rohrbach and the assistants, now they are working on that left ankle. Well, you never know. In Ipswich a couple of weeks ago, we had a similar situation. It was Taylor Thorson went down.
Okay.
And he didn't move just like this, and it was 3 or 4 minutes before he got up, and you thought, oh, my goodness, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
And he just had a stinger, and he was back.
Good. Well, let's hope that's the case here.
Uh-oh, she's not putting much weight on it.
Well, it's definitely the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Mr. Everson can tape it up and get her ready to play, but I would be surprised if we see her again tonight.
I think she's done. Yeah, I would say she's done for the night, as gingerly as she's coming off. But just a tweak, maybe she can get it ready for the weekend.
No doubt.
She'll have a short recovery period if it's just a minor tweak. We're back to action, a minute 13 to go, 28-4 Aberdeen Christian. And Kaylee Block, the 5'8 senior, down.
Frederick's going man here for the last minute or so, it looks like.
Popped out of the zone, did they not?
Oh,
Backdoor.
nice pass.
Miller goes up high, brings it down, and shoots and gets to the free throw line. She stretched out with ease to get that high pass.
That's sister telepathy right there. Hannah threw that before she was even looking. That was a nice play.
Millers have all the points but 6 on the board, so they have 22 of the 28. And Mallory gets another free throw. Under a minute to go in the second. And a couple of free throws made, so 24 of the 30 on the board are Miller points. 50 seconds to go, and just a field goal, Matthew. Just a 3 by Chloe Arneson for the Titans in the first half.
It's been a tough goal. You know, they've actually had some decent looks. They just have not been able to get anything to fall.
Sophia tripled up and throws it away, and that's the type of night it's been. Boy, she's had a go of it down there.
That's got to be frustrating for her. I mean, getting double, triple team, there's just nothing you can do. Got to rely on some of your guards to hit some threes.
Yep. Arneson 1 for 3 from long range. And Joey Rohrbach now going to play it for the final shot, nearly. Differential about 3 shot to game. Titans may get a look at it. But likely this will be the final possession. And then a rebound and a heave and a hoe. Joy, 9 seconds, shoots and hits.
Can't really draw that up much better if you're the Knights. Maybe a little bit quick, but didn't matter.
Half-court shot, no good, coming short. And we're at the end of the half here at the Civic Arena. It is all Aberdeen Christian Knights. Mini producer, give us some bump as we head to half. 32-4. Aberdeen Christian all over the Titans here in Region 1B girls basketball action.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
.32 halftime as we resume here in the third quarter. Region girls basketball playoffs here. 1B at the Civic Arena. Rob Waltman and Matt Rohrbach. And it's been one of those games, Matt, and we're going to have a running clock here shortly, are we not?
Yeah, we are. It's, not a great matchup for Leola Frederick. And if you're the Knights, you're just trying to take care of business and go into Saturday night.
Speaking of which, Roncalli's in the opposite side of the bracket. It's going to be turned over to the Knights. And it'll be Roncalli at 4 over at the Webster Armory, and the Knights will follow that up, either Warner or Northwestern. And that'll be a 5:30 Saturday matchup for Aberdeen Christian, the right to go to the Sodak 16. I'm not sure what that was, inside by Hannah Miller and a sweeping left-handed hook. not what she drew up, maybe.
No, a little bit of a strange shot there, but being up 28 points, you'll not going to freak out over it. But, yeah, I'm excited for this. I think Webster's going to put on a pretty good, kind of a pretty good showing. It's a fun little gym and can fit quite a bit of people in it. Fans
at the Armory, yes.
Yeah, they're kind of on top of the action there a little bit.
I haven't been in the Armory since I called Roncalli.
Yeah.
Probably in the mid-'90s.
Okay.
It's been a long time. I don't even remember. I do remember the Sisseton. I think they had an Armory over there. I don't remember the Webster Armory, but probably very similar, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's – guess I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I think it'll be a pretty good venue.
So that's a 4 and 5:30 start. Top brackets, bottom bracket. Mallory inside one bounce, turning and hitting again.
Yeah, she's tough. Going to her right hand, not going to block it. That's just kind of have to hope that she misses.
6'4" Miller, a junior, and sister Hannah is 6'1", and she's the senior. And we are at the 30-point threshold, 34-4. Early here in the third quarter, a minute in. Loescher driving, using all the shot clock here. Here's Sumption trying something down the lane, not even close. Outlet comes to Miller. Here she comes running the court, and she'll turn and hit again. Wow.
Nice composure there. Kept her balance and just got to her right hand.
15 and counting.
Nice job by Hannah Miller. They're not fouling and then getting the outlet pass to her sister.
So the Knights, Matthew, will be on their 18th win here of the year, of the season.
Yeah.
With this one tonight.
That is going to be a record by
long shot.
Long shot.
Here's a three by Sumption, won't fall. Rebounded by Aberdeen Christian. Joy leading the way, trying to feed Mallory. There's one strong bounce. Nobody can stop her, and she's to the free throw line again.
When in doubt, just lob it up, right?
Yeah, just throw it up. She'll get it. Something good will happen, probably.
That's
36-4. So the boys are going to play here at the arena tomorrow night, of which you and Dave will be on duty. I'd like to call it the Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, there you go.
In action, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So the Groton Tigers come in. A missed free throw. That'll be a challenge. That'll be better be ready to play tomorrow night.
That's a big one. Not only just because Groton's good, but seed points wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to make it as easy as you can to the road to state if you're the Christian Knights, and that's going to be a big game for seed points.
Seed points available. A win is what, 52?
52, I believe. So that's huge
for Class A, moving up to Class A, right?
You're correct. Yep.
And here's a
if it was B.
drive by Loescher, no good. Mallory plucks it out. That's why DeSmit and Lower Brule have so many seed points. If you look at their schedule, a lot of Class A teams. Right. Mallory down the lane again. Second effort. No foul. Missed it.
Roncalli girls, too. They
same
had
deal.
A ton of A games this year, and their seed points are just up there.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a big game tomorrow night to close the season. And here is Mueller trying a three. Good-looking shot. No good. Mallory comes out of there with the rebound, bouncing the other way. On the run. Wow. Right to left behind the back. Pull up free throw line. Jumper spins out. No. But you saw the ability and what could be or what. Wow, that's impressive. And
during the Roncalli game, she did a step back behind her back at the three-point line on a fast break and nailed the three-pointer. So
wow, just so smooth.
She's got some skill.
Yep, she definitely does. And it's 39-4 here at the arena.
Well, I feel like I can read the coaches' minds on the Aberdeen Christian bench. All they're asking for is no one else to get hurt tonight.
Well, we look at the bench, and Block did not leave at halftime. She stayed there on the end of the bench, right?
Right. That's what
she hasn't even gotten up, has she, man?
No, hasn't even attempted. So.
I would assume we can't see it from here as they have ice on her. I would imagine.
I would imagine, yeah.
Twisted the ankle, it looked like, and went down when the second quarter. Will not return. So that is the glaring. That's the question is, will she play Saturday?
Right. If you're Chloe Bosma and Chloe Holt, man, you're really ready to play because your minutes are going to be up there if she's not able to go.
39-4 midway through the third rather. Joy driving, little floating shot, no good. But guess what? Mallory Miller is there for the putback.
Guess who's there?
Wow. I have one ink pen and a pencil that the lead broke. I think we have enough ink left here with the running clock, but she could drain the pen tonight of ink. Oh, mini producer has a spare. Thank you.
There we go.
Just in case.
He's always ready. He's got everything you need.
He's got another spare. He's got spares all over the place.
He's a pro.
Missed the free throw. 41-4, and the clock rolling here. 3:40 to go. Loescher driving. Mueller baseline hits. That is the second bucket. Can you believe that, of the night for the Titans? A three by Chloe Arneson. The eighth grader Mueller hits a 15-footer on the baseline. Throw it into Mallory in a double team. Lost it. Oh, she got poked in the eye. That's why she didn't get that second effort up. She comes the other way. The right eye. I don't know if she wears contacts. She's
Looks like
bothered.
Kaiser's gonna get her one when there's a dead ball.
Here's a dead ball,
yeah.
turnover. Okay. So I assume Miller's going to come out. Somebody's coming out here. She took care of business.
I think Coach Rohrbach called timeout.
Yeah, I did. Full timeout. Okay. 41-6 clock stops. 2:45 to go here in the third. You're watching the Region 1B Girls Tournament here from the Civic Arena on Hub City Radio.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity. There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do South Dakota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're in the third, running clock, 41-6 in Region 1B Girls Basketball. Knights and Titans, Rob Waltman, Matt Rohrbach. Joy Rohrbach has it baseline. In the corner, left side, swings it over on a pass, opposite corner. Bosma is in. She finds a cutter inside. Kaiser missed it, and the rebound by Losher.
Really nice find there from Bosma. Grace with a nice cut. Just couldn't get it to fall.
So the Titans have had just their offensive woes, as you would expect. A couple of field goals here in the ball game. 2:12 to go. There is Sumption trying a three. Can't buy one. Rebounded by the Knights. I was doing some perusing the other night, Matthew. On the Max Preps site. You're familiar with that?
I am.
Yeah, and I found some interesting stuff I want to quiz you upon.
I'm ready.
Being our second game here that we've done together, a turnover. Laura Sumption comes out of there with it. And I'll just try to work this in as we come down the stretch. Here's Mueller firing the three. No. Rebounded Miller. Here she comes. Who's going to stop her? She's coming coast to coast, and she's with the right hand, scooping. No. Second effort. No. Out of bounds it goes, but saved by the Knights. So, December 28th, December 12th. I'm not sure when this was. You might know.
December 12th, huh?
December
What
12th,
year?
2010.
2010. Okay, I was
It has
a
some.
freshman.
You were a freshman?
Yep.
Matt made 7 threes in his first start as a high school player, which is also a new school record.
You want me to name the opponent?
Yes, I do.
McIntosh.
7 threes. My goodness, you ball hog.
Yeah, you know what? What's funny is I think I was like 1 for 4 from the free throw line. We couldn't close it out, and I missed like 3 or 4 free throws. We lost that one.
So you had 7 threes, but you lost to McIntosh.
Yeah,
and were you a freshman?
Yeah, I was a freshman.
Here's Sumption trying a three, error mailing it out of bounds. Okay, that's the first one. That was December 12th, 2010. Here's the Matt played a big part in 2 wins this week. This is January 22nd, 2011. Despite playing with an injury, he had 30 points in 2 games, 13 of 14 from the free throw line against
Faulkton.
Nowabe.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
You are etched in stone on the web. All your accolades and achievements, it cannot go away.
Oh, man. I remember, back in the day, obviously high school sports, it's all fun and games. And
Miller gets another.
we would check it after every single game. You check your turnovers and your steals and your assists and all that stuff. Yeah.
I got more. There's more. Come back, and we'll find some more interesting notes on Matthew. 43-6, we head to the fourth here at the arena.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, With no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
43-6, we enter the fourth. Rob Waltman and Matt Rohrbach courtside here at the arena. Aberdeen Christian handling Leola Frederick. Moving on Saturday in Webster at the Armory. They'll either get Warner or Northwestern. And a whistle and a traveling. So, back to my finds on the internet on Max Preps. Remember this one? I lost it. Remember this one? It was, Matt had a huge week statistically. More importantly, showed leadership in 3 games this week. 83 points. 34 points in double overtime against
Eureka Bowdle.
Wow.
I believe we played Summit that Friday. I believe that one was a Tuesday.
There's a 3.
Yeah, I believe we played Summit that Friday, and then we went and played on Saturday at Leola Frederick, I believe. I could be wrong, but I thought that was the sequence of games.
43-9 with that Titan 3. Mallory Miller is out now. 34. What is that? Is that a career? What is your high, Matthew? Back in the day,
it was 43.
43. Holy mackerel! It's probably here. I haven't gotten to that far. There's more stuff here.
It was the Leola Frederick game my sophomore year.
Oh my God. Okay, here it is. I'm going to read this in a minute. Here's Joy driving into Hannah. She'll be fouled. 2 shots coming. This was February 19th, 2012. 25 for 28 from the stripe. 10 threes. 85 points. A couple of new school records. 43. And season 3 points shots. 52 in that week. 43 in the game. And 10 threes in the week. My goodness. And 25 of 28 from the line? Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
That means you're getting in the jungle and driving and getting some hacks put on, right?
Well, what was crazy is we lost that game by 4, and I believe you remember Brian Sumption?
Oh yeah,
he played football at Northern. He had like 35 that game.
Sophie gets to the free throw line, and he had 35, and you had 43.
Something like that. Yeah, he was in the mid 30s, so it was something else.
Goodness gracious! So I ran across this, one night late, probably 2 in the morning, and I just I found it interesting, factual, interesting, and have you it's there? It's on Max Preps.
I kind of forgot about it. I haven't been on it in so long.
That's all. Some of your stats are still floating out there, man. Well, incredible. I never saw you play, unfortunately, but I do remember, as the free throw is missed, I do remember when you were playing and the neighbors were telling me, or the guys in the area, man, that Rohrbach kid, holy mackerel. I do remember that. I never got a chance to see you play.
God, I feel old. I'm like, this is so long ago.
It's been a while, yeah. Ball out of bounds. 5:56 clock is rolling.
So much has happened and since I've graduated. It's just crazy. I mean.
And you are you training kids off season, wherever, whenever?
Yeah, mostly just at the Aberdeen Christian kids at the Aberdeen Christian gym. So that's about all I do nowadays. Kevin Ratch, he moved to Sioux Falls, and we had trained together with Eyes Up Sports in the past. And it's just one of those things where he wanted to coach, and he's coaching in Del Rapids right now. So.
The ex-Wolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's crazy is next year, Aberdeen Christian Knights are going to play Del Rapids at the Ron Colley Classic.
Oh, yeah. So you get to see him.
Yep.
On the other side of the fence, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Inbounds. Sumption's going to try 3. She hasn't hit one yet tonight. Osher backside, had it blocked from behind, taken away by the Knights. 44-9. The clock is running here in this Region 1B girls basketball game here tonight at the arena. So everybody primarily is done for the night. Sophia Bosma getting a bucket there, at least for the Knights. And now Michael's going to turn his attention to the injury to block and say, oh, boy, how bad is it?
Right.
Can we get her to go Saturday? And she's still getting worked on. Courtside shot is missed. Rebound Knights.
It'd be interesting to see how they play that one. They played, they had a great game against Warner early in the year. But assuming they play Warner, of course, they might play Northwestern.
Drive and a dish. Bosma again.
Playoff basketball, you never know. So they're gonna want block on the floor on Saturday.
Well, you would think, Matthew, if it's serious, really, really serious, she would not be sitting there all night. I would guess.
Right.
I would guess it's not to that degree. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, good thing she's not needing like an MRI or an X-ray or something like that. So hopefully she just tweaked it a little bit and she can tape it up Saturday and.
You ready to go?
Hit a couple threes.
48-9. This will be the lowest out point, I'm sure. I don't even have to look for the Titans here this year. And they will complete the season with 9 wins and 12 losses after tonight. And for the Christian Knights, 18-3 as they head to Webster Saturday. And again, that's 5:30 starts. We will be live streaming that if you cannot make the Webster game. It will be live streamed on hubcityradio.com. Arneson knocks down her second.
Give credit to Leola Frederick. They're still battling here. They're still fighting. They know their season's over, but credit to them. They they want to go out. A couple points.
Foul inside. Free throws coming for Sophia Bosma. She gets to the free throw line. So the guys, we think, Matthew, let's switch over so we get a little bit of time here to talk about the State B tournament run for the Aberdeen Christian Knight guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, all season it's been DeSmit. There's White River, there's DeSmit, there's Christian, there's Lower Brule, and then there's Potter County.
Right.
I think they're the top 5 handily, easily the best 5 teams in the state.
It seems that way. There hasn't been much change in the polls this year, and anything can happen, but it seems that way right now.
Now you throw in a Wabash Summit, maybe a Timberlake, a Freeman, a Burke, Platte Geddes, a Faulkton.
Absolutely.
Maybe a Gregory.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Gregory got those 2 really good guys.
Really good players.
So.
They're averaging double-doubles, by the way.
Yeah.
Dieterman and Daniel, what is his name?
Play.
Yeah, they can really play. There's a 3. Another 3 by the Titans. That is their third 3 tonight to make it 48-15, and they turn it over coming the other way.
It'd be nice to see if Faulkton and Wabash can kind of represent the area a little bit.
Wouldn't it be nice to see Wabash Summit, Faulkton, Christian, Potter County, all 4 of those teams get into the tournament?
True. I mean, we can represent the area, and they're all 4 more than capable of getting to the state tournament.
I agree with that. Saw Potter County against Ipswich last week, and they looked really, really good. Very, very impressive with where they've come from since we played them at the Christian gym in January.
I think they're a little bit more balanced. Obviously you have your Lukens and your I'm forgetting his name. Sorry.
Cooper Logan.
But
and Grant. What is the Bassett? The kid
yeah,
could shoot.
But I mean they're so athletic from top to bottom. They almost all look like the same players.
Yeah, they do. And then you got Alex Tanner coming off the bench, and another guy that looks like Tanner. Yeah, they're all 6'2", 6.
Exactly.
Very long, lanky, athletic.
Exactly.
I agree with you. That's a very good point.
Sometimes you almost if you didn't know about those 2 guys, you're like, oh, who's scoring? Because they all look the same.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that when I was watching them. They're just exactly what you said.
Yeah. I am really curious to see if they. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if they do make the state tournament, are they going to run for 3 days that diamond press that they run? Because, I mean, for 3 days.
Potter County.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Another 3. Another 3 by the Titans. They've got 4 tonight. You're talking about energy and trying to make it last.
State is fun, and you got all this adrenaline, but that might be a tall order.
Well, by the way, as the ball is scrambled for the Aberdeen guys last year, did they stay at a hotel?
They did.
Okay, my wife keeps telling me, would you tell David and Matthew, please make them sleep at their own beds this year if they get that far?
I think the kids are going to have something to say about that.
She was just like, I can't believe they stayed in a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't know. She was thinking they were up till 4 in the morning.
No.
And then that's what she was thinking. But who knows? I don't know. I'm sure they had fun.
I don't know for sure because I didn't sleep there. But I can tell you that Malik Weaker was definitely the first one sleeping almost every night.
Okay, good. Here's a layup by the Knights, and that's going to do it here. Our final is going to read 50-18 unless the Titans stick one in here. Elena Shell. Oh, man, that would have been nice. They're trying to get her the ball to get the senior a shot. Cool. Yep. All right, that's it. That is it. That is all. That is all. There is no more. We are back here Saturday in Webster. For Matt Rohrbach, Rob Waltman, mini producer, and Talmadge Econger. Good night from the Civic Arena.
This activity was brought to you by this station, its advertisers, and the members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without the written permission of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.